He was kind of coaching her and helping her to even come against me in some instances.
He did that? Oh, God.
Coming up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show.
She called Monyetta a bitch at your event.
And was acting like she wanted to fight her.
I don't use the word this bitch that. Bitch, I didn't. You just said I did.
Okay. Every time he came around, he had something KMC.
Wait, what did you bring me? Okay.
Never around for long, but made sure he had his brand in his, yes. Every time.
What's wrong with you?
She doesn't deserve my attention. I don't owe her anything, and I'm done.
Where's the head?
If Scotty and I do get serious, I'm like, he has 3 kids already? What if I do want to have one? Like, it just depends on his income if he's a great father. Wait, that was the wrong order, Lo. It's the wrong order.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta after show starts right now.
Let's talk about the video that Monyetta has of Courtney.
It was for me, because Courtney, at this point, had been saying, I didn't say it, I don't even use that word.
You called your cousin-in-law a bitch. What? I definitely did not say that, Drew.
I don't even use
that
the
word. Yeah, I don't talk like that.
I don't talk like that. I don't even use that word.
I didn't use that word. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So for me to then hear the word come out of her mouth, baby, that was enough for me.
I don't use the word this bitch that. Bitch, I didn't. You just said I did.
She called Monyetta a bitch at your event.
Let's talk about it. And was acting like she wanted to fight her. I mean, he literally had to like separate it. It's like, girl, you about to, not at the mental health event. Like,
yeah, of all places.
Of all places. Girl, we can go all day. Hey, bitch.
You're right.
Yes, bitch.
You're right.
I see you, bitch. It's
Come on, don't act like you don't know words. Some words have multiple meanings. This bitch, I think she said something like that.
And it was a harsh bitch.
No, this bitch even.
It was the harshness in the bitch that was different. You know what I mean? It wasn't a glorifying bitch. It wasn't a hello. It wasn't a good bitch. It wasn't good. And it was very negative. It was very defensive. And clearly the conversation that was happening, she was on the defense. She was like fighting for her life, right? Like, it looked like she was fighting for her life.
We've had hiccups, but I would never call you or anyone else at this table a bitch.
She was sinking, so she was going down, and you know what I'm saying, this is the way that she had to rise up to defend herself. So yeah, it wasn't like a cousin bitch. It wasn't how I talk to my cousins, my family, my friends. It was a bad bitch. And not in a good way.
I've heard Kenya call you a bitch.
But this is family business.
I've heard Marlo call you a bitch and y'all are cool.
But it's not just about the word bitch. You don't know her. You just met her like yesterday. This is who she is behind her back. She'll be quick to...
Behind our back?
Well, it was in the conversation that Ralph and I had because she was literally calling him for everything, like every single day. So my thing is, you don't need to keep calling my husband if you can't get along with the wife. You have to respect that we're married and we're one, and if you're not gonna make things right with me, you don't need to keep calling my husband, asking for favors, asking for advice, calling him every single day. That's not what we're gonna do. Because you don't respect his wife. So what? How you think you'll have a relationship? It's not like they grew up together. They just
y'all just met. Y'all not
so
the
clearly.
She made it seem like they were talking about Drew at one point, didn't she?
So I just asked Ralph. It was no secret. Like, she has fun with girls too, but he's aware of it. I know that Ralph has a lot of the discovery.
Yeah, I've heard that they were talking. Well, now I've learned a lot more. But yeah, saying negative things about me, talking about me. I think he was kind of coaching her and helping her to even come against me in some instances.
He did that?
So much.
Oh, God.
Before the divorce.
Right.
That's for real?
Yeah. She would call him and kind of like give him play-by-play of what was said, and she would embellish certain things about me. So by the time I told him, you know, what had happened, he was already telling me, well, that's not what happened, you know? And I'm like, well, what? And come to find out, because she called him and told him her version. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know how that was going on.
Kenya, we got to meet a new friend of yours this season. If you had to describe Roi in one word, what would that word be?
I have many words. Sexy, mysterious, kind, funny, unassuming, supportive, tricky, like just a lot of things. Roi has threatened to pull up on me before, and he's never done it. But for him to surprise me on set was just so sweet. Of course, I love Kill Me Crazy. He knows that. Oh, wait, what did you bring me? Okay.
Every time he came around, he had something KMC.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Every time he came around, the streets told me that.
Never was around for long.
Never around for long.
Never around for long,
And
but made sure he had his brand in his, yes.
Every time.
For him to just show his support, you know, this is a different world for him. He's a businessman first and foremost. But for him to just come and say, you know, I'm just wishing you a great day, brought you some food, and I just wanted to show my support. It's looking amazing.
I'll call you later.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciated that, you know? It was a great surprise. It made me blush. Even though I'm chocolate, I was blushing.
Everyone had their own journey during the sound bath. You got emotional.
I think that my daughter is also just really special. I don't know what I did to deserve her.
I just thought about all the blessings, all of the joy that she's brought me in my life, and what did I do to deserve that, number one, because I feel so overwhelmingly blessed. You know, everyone knows I take Brooklyn everywhere. It's been very hard for me as a mom to get to a point where I can actually go on a trip without her, and especially an international trip. So for me, you know, my daughter is my life. She's my soulmate. She's my everything. She's my joy. She's my pain. She's everything to me, you know? And when we were in the sound bath, I just had these overwhelming feelings like, she's so loved by so many people. So I don't know, I just got very emotional because I just had a lot of questions, you know, just pure thoughts.
It like took me to this place, like I literally, like I saw my family and I was just like feeling so grateful, and I was like, I'm so blessed, like, you know, I really want to make sure that my sister understands like how much I love her and I don't want her to feel any kind of, no, it really took me like
you need to go to church, to the altar.
I'll be at church. I'll be at church. I'll be at church. They know me in the church. They know me.
That was my first time doing it, and I felt really good doing it. Like I usually can't relax, but I felt like I was like in a zone, like it was something that I couldn't come out of.
Yeah, I just went to sleep. I was tired. I slept good.
Was that you over there snoring?
I was snoring.
Oh my goodness.
Probably, baby.
But they say the sound bath still, it can put you to sleep, but it still will work though. It still have that positive. You didn't feel anything?
I felt I needed that rest. I don't sleep good. I haven't slept.
But that's what it did for you. That's what it did for you.
So that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. Being peaceful is falling asleep.
It was just taking a lot of the negative energy that we've been dealing with.
Yeah.
I feel like it was removing it.
Yeah. The peace ain't last long in the group.
I will flip the table on you, bitch.
You are the moment of ass busting because of your funky energy.
You are a freaking embarrassment.
We had a moment.